I'm already going out on a limb making this tofu cheesecake, but now Matt's challenged me to come up with another component that'll go with it.
Good luck.
My mind's racing to come up with an idea fast, and I think I've got it.
I'm making a chili cherry jelly.
I'm going to set the jelly on top of my cheesecake.
Yeah, it is unusual.
To make the chili cherry jelly, I put the cherries on in a saucepan with some water and some sugar, and then I add my chilies. I need to be really careful with how much chili I put into the jelly. Too much, and it'll take away from the whole dessert. Not enough, and it's going to be too sweet. Once my jelly's cooled, I put it on top of my cheesecake and put it in the blast chiller to set. I just hope it sets in time. I've got tofu in my cheesecake and chilli in the topping. I'm really hoping this modern twist really appeals to Maggie.
Maggie's your friend, but time's your enemy. 30 minutes to go.
That excites me. How good are those knife skills? Huh? Well done.
Maddie, take a fish sauce.
Yep.
Thanks.
Love it.
I need to be really inventive today. I'm making lemongrass Tom Kha soup, but don't think that's quite inventive enough. So I need to go one step further and make lobster brain butter. Bit weird, but, you know, this is an invention test. I get the heads of the lobster out of the pan, chop them up into little bits, blitz it in a blender with a heap of butter. Got to pass it off, make sure there's no shell in it. I've never made lobster butter before, so really got my fingers crossed that I've pulled this off.
It's that sound you don't want to hear. 1 minute to go.
Check on my cheesecake, and I'm praying that it's set. It's set. It looks perfect.
Yeah, I'm happy with the cheesecake.
I think it's super inventive. I'm really hoping that that tofu gives the cheesecake that silky texture it needs.
This is definitely not the traditional way that you would see this Tom Kha, but I've tried to be inventive with this dish today, especially with this lobster head butter, and I hope the judges like it.
30 seconds! Come on!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's it. Your time's up.
Well done.
Good job.
Good job, guys.
What fantastic energy, huh? We love that kind of cooking. See what happens when Maggie Beer comes into the kitchen? You lift your game and you give us something different. We asked for invention, and I think we've got that in spades. We've watched you cook, we've seen how inventive you've been, and we've picked our top 3 dishes.
The first dish we'd like to taste belongs to Harry. Yeah.
I'm so happy to have made the top 3, but at the same time, I'm so nervous. This lobster brain butter is pretty out there.
All right. Right, Harry, what have you cooked?
I've done a lemongrass Tom Kha with a smoked lobster. This is a little lobster head butter.
Lobster head.
Taking a big risk making this, so just hoping that it doesn't backfire.
The squeeze of lime.
If you insist.
Oh, high maintenance beer. You really are.
It was an important part of the dish.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Really
Great.
good. It's really aromatic and it's making my mouth water. Great.
Well, the broth is really beautiful. That lime. Oh, and the butter. That lobster butter. I could eat a whole dish of that.
Nothing gives us greater pleasure than to, be kind of scraping the bowl or the plate and trying to find more. The hero is the lemongrass. Regardless of all the other elements in there, that's the one flavour that just seeps through everything else, and that's wonderful, Harry. Great cooking. Great cooking.
Thank you, Ed.
Love it.
finished every last drop. I couldn't be happier.
Good job.
I've got my fingers crossed and I'm really, really hoping that I'm going to get that advantage.
Next up. Alina.
I'm really pleased that despite my nerves at the beginning of this cook, I still went with my initial excitement with the abalone. I feel like I've been really inventive and I really hope that I've pulled this off.
Tell us what you cooked.
I've got a green tea gluten-free noodle and some abalone and mushrooms.
Fascinated by these noodles.
For me, the noodles are awesome, and you made them by hand. And that's what this whole competition's all about. It's about making stuff. Congratulations.
I do love the noodles. I think they're fantastic. But I tasted that dashi broth.
Yeah, it's really
It
amazing.
would have been absolutely beautiful to have some more.
That dashi in the pot, it was just delicious.
In terms of this dish, is the flavour of that dashi sodden into those buckwheat noodles? Absolutely. So I think you've done a brilliant dish. I think it's creative, it's delicious. Well done, Alina.
Thank you.
Well done, Alina.
The third and final dish we'd like to taste is Zoe's.
This tofu cheesecake is the biggest risk I've taken in the MasterChef kitchen. I'm just hoping Maggie really likes it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've made a dark chocolate and silken tofu cheesecake with a cherry chili jelly and black sesame praline.
Cheesecake, Maggie Beer. Bit of a worry. Maggie Beer, we know, she likes some things quite traditional, and here you are putting up a very different approach to cheesecake. So what's the ratio of tofu to cream cheese?
It's 200 grams of tofu and 150 cream cheese.
It's good, isn't it? We'll remember that, won't we?
Yes.
Straight away.
It looks sophisticated too, doesn't it?
Looks amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Go on.
Go on. Okay. Can I tell you that I think a lot of people might, after eating this, decide that the traditional cheesecake might not be for them. Because the texture of the silken tofu, it is a silky cheesecake. The cherry and the chili, it needs that to have that juxtaposition, otherwise it's too sweet for me. But I think it's a really, really lovely dish.